Trains and soaring machines catch me around here.
Hi everyone, the lovely Imogen Heap is here today to chat to you all. So how does it feel to have won a Grammy for engineering your own album?
Well, to be honest, I think the only reason that I won it is because my best friend, Justine, she's a filmmaker, and she was filming the whole process of the album. And there was all this other stuff that I wanted to share because I was just, in the moment, and I wanted to share with people rather than just writing it down. I wanted to share on a video, so I did these 40 video blogs. And initially we thought the album would just take a year, but I moved into a big house and I built the studio from scratch, and that took a year. And then, I did the album and then stuff. So it went on for a really long time. So about half of the blogs are just about building the studio, and then the second half is about actually making the record. I was really fortunate in that when I was 12, I went to a school, and in the cupboard of the school, in the music school, there was an Atari computer. And so it was great to be able to play stuff in and hear it immediately back, and then go, this is what I'm doing in my head, and that was really amazing. So from that moment on, really, I've always felt that technology and computers are my friend rather than something that's, well, they can be very annoying and they can be slow and they can destroy all your work. But, generally I've felt that it's liberated me rather than the other way around.
Great. So is that what kind of got you started in engineering, interested in engineering and producing your own work then?
I guess it was just a natural progression. As a kid, like any kid, just liked making stuff. And so my brother had a cassette, a double cassette player, and I kind of figured out that if you press record on this one and play on this one, then the thing that's playing on there will come out the speakers, and you can record that, and then you can record over that. So it's like a 2-track recorder. So I just always liked layering sounds and kind of making stuff.
So is that, would you say that's your songwriting process?
For the last record, it's an album called Sparks, and I did it over 4 years, and I wrote a song roughly every 3 or 4 months around a project. And so, because I would always have to say, oh no, I can't come to China because I've got to make this record, or I've got a tour. And I was doing that cycle of make a record, go on tour, make another record, go on tour, make another record, go on tour. I did that 4 times, and I was like, I'm really bored of this. I want to go. I want to see countries. I want to do other things. I want to make gloves. I want to explore reactive and generative music. I want to go to China. I want to go to India. I want to do all this stuff, and I couldn't do it in the way that it was structured. So I thought, if I do a song roughly every 3 or 4 months around something that I wanted to say yes to, then I would say, yes, I do want to go to China and do a residency in a town I've never heard of with hundreds of people. And I could do it because I could base a song around that. Yeah. Long story, basically every song is different at the moment, and they're that's a capsule of my life for that 3 or 4 months, and all those people and all those sounds. And that lyric that I took a really long time to craft and I'm really proud of, that kind of connects all the stuff that I learned, but hopefully also is just a nice song.
Would you be able to briefly explain in a nutshell what blockchain technology is?
Okay. So blockchain is when you could potentially buy a song or buy a diamond or buy a piece of artwork. You have a hash, which is an identification of the song or the diamond or whatever it is, and then you kind of post it, and off it goes onto a blockchain. And a blockchain is basically lots of those transactions. They go into a block, a data block, and then that connects to this data block, which was 10 seconds before if it's a Bitcoin blockchain, and this data block, and this data block, and this data block, and it stretches right back to the what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. First generation data block. It's not called that, it's called something else. Anyway, right at the beginning, there's number 1. And there's a history in all of in the whole blockchain of everything that's happened previously. So it's a real data history and journey of that. Now, when somebody wants to license my music, this is all connected to the blockchain. Because if somebody wants to license my music at the moment, the only way to do that is to try and find out first of all who wrote that song and who do you get permission from. So there's no database, which is why I got so excited when I heard about blockchain, because I was like, so I could make a thing, I could put all this data in there, and I could automate all these payments immediately to everybody whenever anyone interacts with that. Wow. Like, that is what should be happening. So I've become like the music blockchain girl, because I'm just excited about the potential of being able to figure out how to help our music industry for a future music ecosystem that's sustainable and that enables artists to be able to be found and discovered, and also to be able to make better decisions upon the data they receive back about how to be the entrepreneurs that they are and connect with other people who are like-minded or not like-minded. So that's called mycelia.
Where do you find your inspiration to write your songs, and what do you do when you're stuck for inspiration or have writer's block?
Well, always the blank page is the worst thing on the planet. It's like when somebody says, "Oh, write me a song," anything at all, you're like, "I hate you." I don't want to write a song about anything at all. I want to write a song about a specific thing that's going to give me good limitation to help me be creative in that. So what I've started to do over the years is create those limitations, and that might be go to China for 3 weeks or 3 months, write music only out of the sound recordings that you've done in that 24-hour period. What is that piece of music? Don't try and do everything all at once. Just do what you can see in the headlights.
Well, thank you very much, Imogen Heap.
Very inspiring. Like, so it's made me want to go back to my flat now and just talk to my friends, like the events team that I've got, as well as the management friends I've got, and just be like, right, we can do this. Like, we're at BIMM, we're this close to being where we want to be. And all it takes is that little bit of a push, and we can be where we want to be. And that was exactly what I got from this masterclass. We can actually communicate with someone that's done the business, like that's actually been where we want to go. And Imogen's obviously had a massive career, so it's kind of inspiring to see her sat up there and just talking to us as if we're just normal human beings, just like she is. It's an absolute privilege, if anything. Like, you could go to any other college, you could go to any other university, and you wouldn't get half the stuff that we get here.